Hi, I'm Caitlin McCarthy. I'm an accredited nutritionist and transformational life coach, and I help women to drop the body image drama and drop the drama, period, to live their most divine life ever on their terms. So, what I wanted to talk about today was giving yourself permission to stop doing shit that you hate. Now, why would you want to stop doing shit that you hate? Well, you want freedom, you want body freedom, you want any kind of freedom. When we're addicted, as women specifically, when we're addicted to the struggle, which is what most of us are addicted to, we actually don't allow into our lives exactly what we want. When we're doing stuff that we hate, which equals struggle, we don't allow into our lives the things that we want. Now, I've written a couple of points down, so if you see me just my gaze going down a little bit, that's because I want to make sure that I get everything in today that I wanted to say. So when we're addicted to struggle, what does that mean? It means that we're not allowing pleasure into our lives on any level. So let's just say, with regards to food, if you're dieting and eating all these foods that you hate, trying to get to a point in your life, but I suppose in your body shape that you think is going to give you the magic sauce to have an amazing life, what are you doing there? You're either hating your life because food is such a huge part of your life, and it's like at least 3 times a day you eat, and each time it comes up to a meal, you're just like, ugh, really I have to eat that kind of thing, right? And then you're eating it and you're like, ugh, this tastes like cardboard, or oh my god, I really just don't want to be eating this. Or you've finished it and you're like, oh, well, that was a waste of time. Why did I do that for? That was disgusting, right? So it's either that, or you're just miserable eating all the time, right? So by eating stuff that you hate and doing something that you think you should be doing that you're hating, you're actually, just by doing it, not allowing yourself to receive what you're truly wanting out of the experience by doing it. So if you're eating all the foods that you hate and not allowing yourself to have the pleasure, you're addicted to the struggle, right? So let's try another example just to get the juices flowing. Say you're a coach, as I am, a coach or a teacher. There's a number of things that go into running a business, right? So you've got, say you're online, you've got emails that you need to send out, you've got just email correspondence with people, you've got social media, you've got actual clients, you've got copy to write for your website, you've got all these things that you need to do, and a lot of those aren't going to be things that you enjoy. Perhaps you aren't very good at writing copy, you know what you want to get across, but you aren't able to, but you're not really good at putting it together. By forcing yourself to do those things that you do not enjoy / you are not good at, you are by default not allowing yourself to have the things that you want because you do not have the space to allow it, right? So by deleting the things that you don't love or the shit that you hate, let's just go with that. There are activities in your life that you really hate doing. By getting rid of those, you are opening up space to allow in the things that you truly want. Okay, so back to the dieting and food. If you are doing a bunch of exercise out of hate for your body, and it's exercise that you truly hate doing, you are by default not allowing yourself to experience the things that you want because you're constantly in a state of struggle and you're constantly in a state of hate because you're doing something that you hate. I hope this is making sense. For all the people that are on live, feel free to say hello so I know who it is. So that's the basic thing that I wanted to say today. By doing all the shit that you hate, you are by default blocking everything that you truly want. From personal experience, you know, it's the little things, and they really do add up, I promise. It's stuff like, I don't love doing the cleaning of my house. Sometimes I find it therapeutic, but 99 times out of 100, I just want someone else to do it, right? So by delegating or just getting rid of that one small activity that I didn't love doing, I mean, don't get me wrong, I can clean and I can clean well, but it doesn't mean that I enjoy doing it 99% of the time. So by getting rid of that activity, I am opening up more space in my life and therefore in myself for what I actually truly want. And what it is we try to justify what we're doing. We try to justify our existence, right? Us as women, it's almost like we're meant to be on a diet. It's almost like we have to do the cleaning, and therefore if we're not doing the cleaning, we're looked at as lazy, or we're not keeping up our end of the bargain, because women are the homemakers, and women hate their bodies, and women punish their bodies into submission to try and get them to lose body fat. Things like that. You know, I was listening to a Brené Brown interview a couple of days ago, so I'm not going to get the quote exactly right, but it's going to be something along the lines of the one criticism that women absolutely above all else do not want to be called is high maintenance, right? And by saying that you don't want to do things that you hate, it opens you up to be called high maintenance, because I don't want to clean my house. I've been judged. I've been judged sort of very subtly, and I've also just been told outright that, wow, you must be pretty spoiled because I choose to get a cleaner, right? I wouldn't say that I'm spoiled. I'm simply putting myself first, right? So that's just an example. But if you fear being called high maintenance, don't worry, girlfriend, I totally get it. That is something that I've never wanted to be called, but it just gets to a point where you know that you need to put yourself first, and you need to stop doing shit that you hate, because it's the little things within your life that actually make up your life. And if you are constantly running from doing the shopping that you hate, cleaning the house that you hate, making lunches for whoever that you hate, running errands that you hate, on a diet that you hate, doing exercise that you hate, sleeping in a house that you hate, going to a job that you hate, you are not opening yourself up to the life that you actually want. Emotionally, physically, energetically closed off. Addicted to the struggle, addicted to martyrdom, addicted to being a victim. That is something that I needed to accept in order to move on. Absolutely, there is payoff here. And this is it's not a completely different topic, sorry, it's just the next step in this topic. But that's another thing, being addicted to getting the praise for doing things that you hate. So it's this vicious cycle that sort of, you get praised for doing something even though you hate it. So you're like, oh, I'll just keep doing it because then I'm going to get noticed and then I'm going to be appreciated. And who doesn't want to be appreciated? Everyone wants to be appreciated, right? So there's a few little nuggets to chew on for today. I really hope you enjoyed this. I want to say that it's okay. It is okay to be high maintenance if somebody calls you that. I don't believe that standing up for what you believe in and standing up for putting yourself first and standing up for your own happiness, joy, and pleasure
is by any way high maintenance. It's simply having standards and boundaries, and you are totally allowed to do that. I would really, really love for you to try this exercise. Okay, so write down all the things that you do, say around the house, right? Cleaning, cooking, taking the rubbish out, and just put a number of time or minutes or hours next to it per day. Then put how many hours you're at your job. Then basically you get where I'm going. You put down the things that you spend time doing during your day. Then I want you to rate it. I want you to rate it as in like, hate, and love. And then I want for you to actually sit there and absorb just how much time throughout your day you spend doing shit you hate. And not to beat yourself up over it. And can I just be honest? You don't need to justify if you hate cleaning, because so many women will be like, oh, but yeah, I mean, it's not too bad. Like, it doesn't take that long and it kind of, it feels good once it's done. Yeah, I know that. I totally know that. And it does feel good once it's done. But wouldn't it be great if somebody else could do that, whether you need to pay them or not? Hey, you could even get if your kid's old enough to do chores, you could even get your kid to do that, and you could be reading a book. Do you love reading? Wouldn't you rather be reading a book than cleaning? I know some people might not, but I would. I'd rather be reading a book or being outside in nature, or I don't know, there's a number of things that I would rather be doing than vacuuming my carpet, or like on my hands and knees scrubbing my kitchen floor. There's a number of things that I would prefer to be doing. And this isn't about being high maintenance. It's simply about, prioritizing your own joy. So write down on a piece of paper what you spend your life, because these small moments of your life, doing. And realize just how much you're doing that you really don't like. And once you get to that point, you're able to slowly shift out the things that you don't like so much and prioritize the things that you really do. Because I promise, once you start prioritizing your own joy, you will find that there is a ripple effect throughout your entire life. Your relationships will improve because you're happier. Can I tell you something that used to happen to me when I wasn't prioritizing my own happiness? I would constantly pick fights with my boyfriend. Now, it would only be with my boyfriend because I know that he's going to be there and he's going to stick with me even when I'm an absolute beep to him, right? But I would constantly pick fights because I'd just be like, I'm doing all these things and you don't notice, and I'm not happy. And why are you not noticing that I'm not happy? And I wouldn't necessarily say all these things, but it wasn't his job. It was not his job to make me happy. Yes, being with him is part of what makes me happy, but it's not his job to say, you know what? Don't clean, go read a book. Or, don't cook dinner tonight, even though you've been working all day or whatever. We can go get takeaway. I can say that. I don't have to feel obliged to do a thing. It is my choice to do whatever I like, right? And yeah, there are things that need to get done in our lives. Bills need to be paid, and I know car rego needs to be done, and rubbish needs to be taken out, and all these things, yes, they need to be done. But if you don't have to do them, or if you can switch jobs with people, mix it up. You take the rubbish one week, your partner takes the rubbish the next week, so that you are able to prioritize your own joy. Or you know what? If your cleaner wants to take out your rubbish, do that. I know, it's such small things that can really make a difference in your life. And ultimately, you prioritizing your own happiness is kind of putting more and more in the self-trust bucket and the self-happiness bucket, knowing that you and you alone can make yourself happy and joyful and content. And you are in charge of your destiny. You are in charge of you. Isn't that empowering? I don't think that that's something to get depressed about. I think that's something that's so empowering. I could just like grin about that all day. You can design your entire life. And I know this has maybe gone a little bit off topic, but my point is, you can stop doing the shiz that you hate whenever you choose. And you can start living the life that you want and you deserve whenever you choose. So this has been Caitlin McCarthy, accredited nutritionist and transformational life coach. And I hope you've enjoyed the video that you've watched today. You can check out more of my writing and my recipes on my website. It's misscaitlinmccarthy.com. I'd love to hear from you. If this has brought up some things for you to think about, feel free to comment underneath the video. And I hope you're all having a fantastic day, and I'll speak to you soon. Mwah! Bye!